On the show in Wheelspin, we drive the Mercedes GLA45 AMG. We also look at a new motorcycle lineup from Benelli as they enter India with the DSK group. In Wheelspin, we take a first look as Fiat launches the Aventura. On the road, we drive the Hyundai Verna in Jodhpur. Mercedes recently launched the GLA class, their premium compact SUV. But these days, Mercedes is not happy just launching cars. They want to boost their premium and the performance image. So they launched this GLA now. You might ask what's different between this GLA here and the regular one. But then you might not have noticed this badge here, AMG. And this is what is the game changer. AMG also means bi-xenon lamps, twin-blade radiator grille in grey, titanium grey new design 19-inch alloy wheels with red Brembo brake calipers and many more telltale signs of a car which has more than double the horsepower. Like twin exhausts in the rear which provides the much-needed baritone to announce its arrival. AMG, of course, means state-of-the-art engine technology and a suspension that's tuned like a race car. And what this translates into in terms of drivability is sheer driving pleasure. And it's this unit here which has transformed a rather regular tame GLA into a 5-speeding monster that this GLA45 AMG is. This is a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol turbocharged unit which churns out 360 brake horsepower. And Mercedes claims that this is the most powerful 4-cylinder series production engine ever made. Other than the engine and some additional cosmetics, the AMG variant remains identical to the regular GLA in terms of dimensions. The GLA measures in at 4.4 meters with a wheelbase of close to 2.7 meters and weighs in at slightly over 1.7 tons. But undoubtedly with all these additions, even if they are minor ones, it is the AMG variant which is more attractive of the two. Mercedes has positioned the GLA as a premium SUV, but the downside is that the regular one doesn't come with a 4-wheel drive. But the AMG variant is an all-wheel drive, or what Mercedes calls the 4MATIC, which means that essentially it is the front wheels which are the driving wheels. But in case of loss of traction, power is fed to the other wheels as well, ensuring that you have a constant grip on the surface and traction loss is minimized. The differences are obvious once you step inside this GLA45 AMG, and what really grabs your attention first is the liberal spraying of the color red. Red seat belts, red pipings on the seat, red hand stitching on the steering wheel as well as the fascia, paddle shifts and side bolstering for these seats here, which means that if you corner hard, you don't get thrown around. And of course, this can be electrically adjusted. All looks very nice and it gives the impression of power and performance. Fits the AMG badging bang on. What looks a bit jarring to me is this display here. This looks a bit like an afterthought, as if somebody has just stuck it over here, and it doesn't at all look like an integral part of the fascia design here. But nevertheless, this is a useful thing. It houses the reverse parking camera, gives you a host of information, so I think the utility far outweighs the aesthetics of it. The GLA AMG 45 is not only a well-equipped car but tastefully done as well, with the best of materials and features like a panoramic sunroof with rain sensors, which adds to the taste of premiumness. In terms of space, this car might not be the most spacious, but at the same time it's good for 4 adults, and the rear seat will definitely get tight if you try to squeeze in more than the specified 2. And if you pop open the hatch, you'll be surprised by the presence of a rear tire. As in these days of run flats, most manufacturers have done away with it. Of course, this will rob the hatch of some of its space, which at 421 litres is just enough. But the back seat can be folded down, and if you do that, then the space more than doubles up. This is one car which really encourages you to spend time behind the wheel, and if you start doing so, I'm sure you will also enjoy it very much. The 360 horses locked under the bonnet come prancing out merrily the moment you step on the gas pedal. The power delivery here is completely linear and it really comes out like a tidal wave. The engine produces a very healthy 450 Newton meters of peak torque, and it sprints from 0 to 100 kilometers in just 4.8 seconds with a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour, which will possibly make it one of the fastest SUVs in the Indian market. It's also the exhaust note that eggs you on to step on the gas and then keep your feet planted there, because every time you accelerate you are greeted by a very nice throaty growl of the exhaust. In fact, the exhaust comes with a variable flap and that just opens up to make it sound more sporty. And you get the feeling that you are behind the wheels of a performance car rather than an SUV. The engine is mated to a 7-speed DCT gearbox, which ensures that the shifting is effortless and smooth. And of course, it comes with a sports mode and you have pedal shifts here to shift faster. In terms of handling, the suspension is tuned hard and real hard, which means that even small bumps feel like you have hit a crater. So if you're on the back seat, you will feel the presence of a lot of bumps and potholes, and the ride might not be that comfortable. But things change instantly the moment you park yourself in the driver's seat, and you realize that what a great handler this car is. Throw her around a series of corners and she acquits herself really well and holds her line almost perfectly. The GLA rides on 19-inch wheels with a ground clearance of 183 millimeters, and in terms of safety, this is an hard act to beat, as it comes with class-leading 7 airbags and many useful driver aids like ABS, ESP, hill assist, etc. If you're looking for a premium compact SUV which looks just as well as she drives and packs in all the bells and whistles, then look no further. This GLA45 AMG should do the job very well for you. It drives really well. The engine is one of the best in the business. It's mated to a 7-speed automatic gearbox and it's an all-wheel drive. So this should suffice as an SUV. But keep in mind one thing, Mercedes always price their AMG trim at double the price of the regular one, which means this is going to be expensive. If you are a motorcycle enthusiast, then you will surely feel happy at what is happening in the Indian motorcycle market. Almost all the major global players have made their entry here, and the last ones too are joining in fast. The latest to join in is the legendary Italian motorcycle manufacturer Benelli, which joined hands with the DSK group of Pune to form a joint venture and introduce a range of stunning Italian motorcycles into India. At a press conference this week, the tie-up was formally announced, as well as the lineup of motorcycles which will be launched by December of this year, shown to the media. Benelli is one of the world's oldest motorcycle manufacturer and started manufacturing in 1903 in a small town of Pesaro in Italy, and one of the few companies which survived the two world wars, and in the process became an icon by producing machines like the Benelli 750, which was one of the world's first six-cylinder motorcycles and an absolutely outstanding machine of its time. And when it came to racing, Benelli certainly had a huge presence, winning over 1,000 races. The DSK Group had ventured into the world of motorcycles through their association with Hyosung of South Korea, and they currently manufacture and sell these motorcycles in India. Benelli lineup will include 5 motorcycles, starting with the smallest 300cc machine to the big 1130cc tourer, sandwiched in between at a range of motorcycles ranging from 600cc to 800cc. At first glance, these machines look well crafted and stylish and designed with the Italian flair that Benelli motorcycles have been known for. Under this agreement, the DSK Group will assemble the bikes here and market them as well through a new chain of dealerships starting early January next year, while Benelli will be the technology partner, providing them with both design as well as technical guidance. With the launch of the Benelli lineup in India, it looks as if Indian motorcyclists will have another stylish and technically sophisticated brand to choose from. We will of course bring you a full review of these machines very soon. Coming up next, in Wheelspin we take a first look as Fiat launches the Aventura. On the road, we drive the Hyundai Verna in Jodhpur.